discussion is cystic hygroma. It is also called hydrocele of the neck. So the cystic hygroma, another name, or it is also called the hydrocele of the neck. And cystic hygroma means there is formation of cyst. So the reason is there is sequestration of the jugular lymph sac. So there is sequestration of the some portion of the jugular lymph sac from the lymphatic system. Now what happens during the intrauterine life when the baby is inside the womb? When the baby is inside the womb, there is sequestration of some portion of the jugular lymph sac, that is sequestration of some lymph from the lymphatic system, or there could be the obstruction of the lymphatic system. Now what is this system? The lymphatic system does what? It transports the WBC and the other nutrients and the other fluid from organs and tissues. Now what it does, as we all know in previous lectures we have already discussed कि जो lymph nodes हैं वो छन्नी की तरह काम करती है, वो छान लेती है इन्फेक्शन. तो जो ये लिम्फेटिक्स है, जब भी कहीं इन्फेक्शन हुआ या कुछ हुआ तो WBC वहाँ पे पहुँच जाती है. दिस इज अवर इम्यूनिटी, दिस इज द फाइट, नेचुरल फाइट ऑफ आवर बॉडी अगेंस्ट एनी इन्वेडर्स. अगर कोई भी वायरस एंड बैक्टीरिया होगा तो हमारी इम्यूनिटी नेचुरली फाइट करेगी. तो जो लिम्फेटिक्स के थ्रू WBC विल रीच टू द साइट ऑफ इन्फेक्शन. सो लिम्फेटिक्स इज अ mode of transport of WBC and other nutrients and fluid. And जहाँ पे भी infection trapped होगा वहाँ जो lymph nodes हैं वो infection trapped कर लेती हैं. And जब infection ज़्यादा trapped होता जाएगा तो lymph nodes will increase in the size. So cystic hygroma, or also it is called the hydrocele of the neck. Here in the intrauterine life there is sequestration of some portion of the jugular lymphatic from the lymphatic system, or there is obstruction of the lymphatic system, the lymph. So there is occlusion, or there is collection of the lymph inside the sacs. So cavities are formed, sacs are formed, sacs filled with lymph, surrounded by endothelial lining. So the cyst have the endothelial lining, and inside this cyst there is lymph collection. Now this cyst could be multiple, and this cyst development occurs during the intrauterine life at the mostly during the 9th or 16th week. In some books mentioned 19th week. So probably during this period the cyst formation can occur. Now the common sites, the locations where this cysts are formed. So the 75% cysts are formed at the neck area, neck region, that is the posterior triangle of the neck. This is the 75% cases. Then in axilla, in tongue, cheeks, mediastinum, groin. So there are multiple sites, and the posterior neck is the commonest side. 75% of this cystic hygroma occurs in the neck, called the hydrocele of the neck, and the other sides are axilla, tongue, cheeks, mediastinum, groin, and there could be the formation of multiple cysts. Now these cysts are, in clinical features, the cystic swellings are soft, fluctuate, because it contains what? Contains lymph. So lymph is inside this cyst. This is fluctuant, soft, also transluminating. Transluminating means shiny appearance. Mosaic, large in size. Mosaic, subcutaneous, but they can extend to the any anatomical position. It can extend to the any area inside, but they are mosaic, that means larger in size and in subcutaneous, but they can extend interiorly into the anatomical positions also. So they are transluminating with shining, fluctuant and soft cystic swelling containing the lymph. And locations, the site where the cystic swelling or the cystic hygroma or the hydrocele of the neck occurs. So in neck, if the cysts are formed, then it is called the hydrocele of the neck. Clinical features we have already done. Now if this occurs intrauterine in life when inside the womb, then during the delivery this will call obstructed labor. And after birth also this cyst can form in neck or groin or mediastinum or cheeks or other areas. So it can occur during the intrauterine life, also after the birth this cyst can form in newborn babies. And investigations. Now in investigations, if this cystic hygroma are forming inside intrauterine life inside the baby, when babies are inside the womb of the mother, so we will go for the investigations like CVS called coronic sinus CVS, coronic virus sampling. Coronic virus sampling. So in this we will take the wispy tissue contained of the placenta, and that will give the genetic makeup of the fetus or the baby. Then the second is amniocentesis. This is what the amniotic fluid is taken out from the placenta. Here the wispy tissue is collected. This is coronic villus sampling, the CVS, and the other is amniocentesis, where the amniotic fluid is collected. And then it is investigated for the genetic makeup of the baby to check whether there is any autosomal incorrections or any genetic errors in the fetus. Then if this cystic hygroma occurs after the birth in the newborn babies, this was previously when the baby is inside the womb, amniocentesis and the CVS, that is coronic villus sampling. And if this cystic hygroma occurs after the birth, then we will go for the MRI, ultrasound and CT scan. Now the complications. In complications, this cyst can get so much increase in size and cause respiratory obstruction. There will be difficulty in respiration, respiratory obstruction. Then it can burst out. This cyst can burst out and oozes a lymph. So this cyst can burst out. Then the third complication is what? There could be formation of abscess. If their infection occurs, then there could be the formation of abscess, the collection of the pus. Now what we will do in the treatment? First, if there is respiratory obstruction, then we will first go for the aspiration, that we will take out the fluids, the lymph from the cyst, aspirations, and we will do the tracheostomy in case of respiratory obstruction. In case of abscess formation, when there is abscess formed, then we will give the antibiotics, along with we will excise or we will aspirate the pus that is collected into the abscess. So we will give the antibiotics and we will aspirate the pus or we will excise the cyst. Then if there is formation of fibrosis, if fibrosis occurs, the endothelial lining, the cover of the cyst get fibrosed and necrosis is occurring in fibrosis, then we will excise the cyst. Beside this, we will give the sclerosants. In earlier days, hot boiling water was introduced into the cyst as a sclerosants. So that was in older days, hot boiling water was used. So we will give the sclerosants. So in treatment, we will go for the tracheostomy. If there is obstruction in the respiratory obstruction has occurred, then we will go for the tracheostomy and aspiration of the fluid, the lymph that has been collected in the cyst. And beside this, if there is fibrosis, then we will excise the cyst.